Hey everybody, welcome to my home. My name is Becky. I am so excited that you're here today. Well, today we are going to be decorating my Valentine's Day themed tree. Now, I love decorating my tree for Valentine's Day. I love decorating my tree for all the holidays. I do an Easter tree, a St. Patrick's Day tree, I do a 4th of July tree, and of course fall, Halloween, and Christmas. I just get a lot of enjoyment out of it. I've been doing it for years, and it's just something that I enjoy doing. And when it's all said and done at the end of the night, when we're all sitting back watching TV, I like to light it up, and it brings a little bit of extra glow and fun to the house on those, during those months where there's not a holiday happening. So last week, or actually Thursday, I told you that I wasn't quite sure if I was going to do it or not, and it was because I was feeling bad. I have been sick. I want to let you know that this video was filmed out of sequence from the next two videos that are coming. You're going to hear me sound like death in the next two videos. I didn't get sick again. I just filmed this later. It's just out of sequence. So I just wanted to let you know that, because I know it may seem like I got sick, got better, it's not that. But we're going to decorate the tree. I've got things started already. I've got a head start. I'm going to turn the camera around and show you what I've got. Before I go to the tree, I want to show you something. So in the last video, I told you towards the end that I wanted to add more outside, but I wasn't quite sure what to do. And I remembered that I had these lights. I've had these lights for years, and I love them, and I like to put them on my white tree. Well, I thought I'll put them outside for just a little bit of fun, a little bit of glow for Valentine's Day. Well, let me tell you that I think the little squirrels had a field day. Let me just show you. Hold on. The squirrels ate my lights into a million pieces. I did not know they would do this. I just started at, I guess, October this year was the first time that I've ever really decorated my outside really big and put lights out there. I've never done it before, but I put lights out for October and December, and I didn't have this problem. But I'm gonna tell you what, there was something about these lights that they were attracted to, because they chewed them into pieces, and I don't understand. Is there something I did wrong? Is there something I should do next time? Should I have known better? Does anybody have any advice? Has this happened to you? Squirrels are revered in this household. I have little squirrel knickknacks everywhere. I love the squirrels. I don't know why they're turning on me, but they absolutely destroyed my beautiful lights. So I had to go pick up all the pieces off the ground today, and I have no fun lights outside. The other thing I was going to tell you, hold on. We're going to come outside for me to show you what I want to tell you. Those little signs that I got from the Dollar Tree, they are not waterproof at all. So I should have known better, but I did not. It rained, and they are destroyed, so they will not be any good next year. Just so you know, I'm just putting that out there. Do you see where my bushes are blue? That's from, I think, Vacation Bible School Crafts. All right, let's go inside and let me show you the tree, what I have so far. So I decided to put the tree here today instead of over by my TV, which I normally would do. But I don't, I have not had my beautiful amber glass and all of these beautiful things out. I have not had them out since probably August of last year, and I'm having a hard time taking it down. I really don't want to take it down. I do want a Valentine's Day tree, but I also want my beautiful amber glass out. So I decided that I'm going to put the tree over here. Now, this tree is as cheap as they come. All right, I'm going to show you a box of the tree. So I got this tree several years ago from Dollar General. It's a $20 tree. I actually only paid $10 for it because I got it half price one day. And I just want you to know, you don't have to have an expensive tree to make it beautiful, because when we're done with this tree, it's going to be so cute and so beautiful. Don't be influenced to go out and spend a ton of money on a tree. This year, there was a viral tree all over TikTok. It was like a twinkle tree Whoo, it was pretty. It was pretty. And I was watching it, and you know, before I even realized that I was getting influence to go buy this tree, you don't need it. You can make a $20, $10 tree just as nice and just as pretty. Trust me, I'll show you today. But now, if that tree brought you joy and you saw that tree and your whole soul started rejoicing, go get the tree, because I know that feeling. I know the feeling that when you see something and you are absolutely, your whole soul is happy, you're going to pay a little bit of extra money for it because it makes you happy and it brings you joy. I'm guilty for that. But if you just see it and you're like, well, everybody else is getting one, you don't need it. You don't need it. We're going to make this $10 tree so cute. Just hang on. So there is a glitter bomb over here that has exploded in my dining room, but that's okay, because that's what makes Valentine's Day so beautiful, is all the glitter and all of the fun sparkly things. So we're gonna start with the tree topper, I think. I think that's where I'm gonna start off. In honor of Valentine's Day, I want to put here in this open spot here a picture of David and myself. Today is actually our dating anniversary. We have been together for 29 years. We haven't been married for 29 years, but we've been together for 29 years. This is a picture of us when we were kids, when we first started dating, and we were young, dumb, and very much in love. And I just wanted to share that with you today in honor of Valentine's Day. This is my Valentine. So, all right, let's get started on the tree topper. I'm gonna go grab a couple of things. I'll kind of show you what I'm gonna use as I'm using them, instead of showing you everything spread out on the table, because it's a little bit of a gum over there right now. So we'll just take one thing at a time. The Southerner in me always wants to put a bow on top of something, so that's the first thing I'm gonna start with. This bow was made by me. It is not perfect. None of my bows ever will be perfect because I make them myself. But I will say this, I think what I'm gonna do is, I have more of these. I had trees on the front porch, and I always put a bow on top of those trees too. I think I'm gonna go try to dig out another one, because you can actually see the other side of this tree as you're walking by. And I think I actually forgot that when I picked out that one bow. But we're gonna need two bows up here, so I'll just put them back to back. Plus it'll make it a little bit more substantial. So I do need to grab that real quick. I always put a disclaimer out when I put my bows up, because they are so haphazard, and I don't want you to think that this is the proper way to make a bow. It's just, I just did them myself. Now, if you ever see a bow that my sister made, it's probably in good standing, and you can use that as, you know, an example. But any kind of bow that I tell you that I make, it's a mess. It is a mess, but I try. I do my best to do things myself. And but this is your bow disclaimer that comes with every tree decorating video. Do not try this at home. I always like to add some kind of little pizzazz to the top of my tree, something busting out, some kind of little spray. This came from Hobby Lobby last year, and I'm gonna tell you, it's spraying out. It's big. It was actually what I thought last year was gonna be too big, but once I got the tree decorated, it was okay. I had originally thought that I might have to cut it down. I mean, it's pretty substantial. Last year, I decorated a pencil tree. This year, I thought I would try something different and let you see a different version of a Valentine's Day tree. So that's why I'm doing the white one. But if you want to see a Valentine's Day tree in a different way, check out my video from last year. I'm using the same things, but it's just a different tree, and it looks completely different than the one. It's going to look completely different than the one last year. I got a better view of the top now, so I'm going to climb up here and put this tree topper in as best I can. Can you see it? Yeah, you can see it. So there it is. You can tell it's out there. It's big, but once we get all that's coming on this tree, it'll be fine. I actually have some other things I was thinking about putting in there, but I think I'm going to wait till later and see, you know, where I'm going to use everything. So let's move down here now. First thing I'm going to add is a little DIY garland that I made several years ago. It is basically a rag, excuse me, a rag garland, and I used jute twine, and I just sit down for hours and hours and I just tied it like a little rag garland. I know you've all seen them. They're really simple to make. I use little pieces of scrap fabric and what is this stuff called? Not mesh. Tulle, like you know, like you make a tutu out of. And I just kind of made a long garland. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap that. I would like to get it wrapped around 3 times. That's my goal. So let's start here and see if I can manage to get it 3 times around where it looks good. There's a secret formula to this that I don't know. I have never learned. So it's just a matter of trial and error when wrapping garland around your tree. All right, and then let me see if I can get one more. Okay. And of course I did not do it right. Okay, let's do this. Let's turn the tree a little bit so that I can at least get 3 little strands showing nicely. I'll fiddle with it a little bit and I'll be right back. All right, that's good enough. The next thing I'm going to add to my tree are these little styrofoam hearts that come from the Dollar Tree. Yes, they are full of glitter. I did learn a trick this year that I've been using. I didn't do it with these, but I bought like a clear sealant from Hobby Lobby, I think, and I was spraying, this was at Christmas time, I was spraying the things that were so full of glitter that they make such a mess, and it does work. It's just a spray-on sealant of some sort. I found it back in the spray paint section, and it works, but I haven't done it with these because at this point, these things, all the extra glitter have fallen through the years because I've had them for so long. So what I'm going to do is take these and just tuck them in all over. I have pink ones as well. I just like for them to be sticking out of the side a little bit instead of just hanging like this, which is kind of boring. I like them to be sticking out, which gives a little bit more dimension to the tree. So that's what I'm going to do, and I'll be right back when I get those done. I brought you in just a little bit closer so you could see how it's looking. So I got all of those styrofoam hearts placed in like a little zigzag type thing. I've had these for a long, long time. They, I think, came from the Dollar Tree. I've got little, what do you call these things? Pipe cleaners attached to them. So that I can attach them in the tree. You can see I've got one here. I'm going to put one right here and then just kind of put a little inconspicuous pipe cleaner here where hopefully you won't be able to see it, but I mean, I'm going to know they're there. But hopefully when you're walking by the tree, you'll be so enamored with its beauty that you won't see the little pipe cleaners. I also have pipe cleaners on those big styrofoam hearts just because it holds them just a little more securely. So there's our little felt hearts. I've got a few more that I'm going to put up, and then we're going to start with the smaller ornaments, and we'll talk about those in just a minute. All right, real quick, I just realized that I didn't put any ribbon on this tree. I don't think I've ever decorated a tree without ribbon, and I have ribbon here. It's really cute. I have a lot of ribbon actually. I've got some red and white stripes, and then I've got this. I don't want to start over at this point. I want to just keep going. If I get the tree done and I realize that I need ribbon, then I'll come back and I'll add ribbon. But I think it's looking okay without it right now. I don't think it's a do or die situation not having ribbon. So we're gonna go with the flow. We're just gonna keep moving forward. So the next thing I wanna talk about are my ornaments. I have made so many handmade Valentine's Day ornaments throughout the years. I found myself tired of the same ornaments or, pieces from the Dollar Tree. Some of them, like these, I didn't mind, but they just looked plasticky. I wasn't loving them. I wanted my tree to be different. I wanted it. Plus, I had the itch to create something. I don't know if you guys ever get that way, but if I get bored, I want to make something. I want to craft. I want to do something. So I'm going to show you all of my ornaments, and then I'm going to put them all on. Instead of making you watch individually, let me show them to you and then put them on one at a time. So the first ornament I want to show you, I know you see this green thing in my hand. This is called a flow tool. This was invented and patented and put out by a friend of mine, and he sent me one last year, and I made some really cute ornaments with this. If you're a paper crafter and you make paper flowers, that's what this little tool does. You can make them all sizes, but these are the ones that I made. So I made some red hearts, and I made some red hearts. Now the hearts were fabricated, prefabricated from Hobby Lobby. I didn't make those, but I got the paper, and there was a Cricut pattern that I just downloaded for free. I think it was for free, or either I bought one from Etsy of the floral, just the regular rose. And then I got some little embellishments. Like these are just pieces off of plastic florals, and this was a ribbon in the ribbon section at Hobby Lobby, and we just made some pretty flowers. If you like these and you want to know how to make these and you want to know more about the flow tool, I do have a video from last Valentine's Day where we did all this. We made these in great detail, and I told you about this tool if you're interested. But this is the first ornament that I have that is handmade. The next one that I have here, it's just wire, and then I just put some beads on the wire, and then just put the beads into the shape of a heart. And basically what I do is just hang the little hearts. They need shaping up. I just hang the little hearts from the tree just like that. I know you can't quite see that, but that's the gist of it. The next ornament that I have, these are wooden hearts in different sizes. So this little one here is a wooden heart, and this one here is a wooden heart. I covered it with scrapbook paper. This is a wooden heart as well. 2 different scrapbook papers. I left this one natural, and then that's just a sticker that I got from Hobby Lobby. And then I went around the edges with some Mod Podge and some clear glitter, and I just made a bunch of these. Well, those are 2 just alike. I didn't do a good job of picking out a different one, did I? But these are these wooden hearts, I think this size, were in a package of stickers, if I'm not mistaken. And I just had fun with it. But I think what makes them fun and unique is the glitter that goes around the edge. And then on the back, which you will find with a lot of my ornaments, I use clothespins to attach them to the tree, just like that. All right, next ornament that I have, again, is wooden hearts. And I just painted them, and then I cut out some words with my Cricut. Now this font this was during the time that Ray Dunn was really popular, and this font was it was free, a free download from Dafont, D-A-F-O-N-T, and the title of it is The Skinny, and that's how I got this lettering. And then I just went behind it and put a little bit of wire, tied some ribbon, and then I have cute little DIY ornaments. The next one that I have was out of strips of paper. Now these are old. I have had these for quite a while, and they have gotten misshapen through the years of being packed away. But I just glued these strips of paper to look like a heart. And then we have some wire coming up with the same beads. And then I have some ribbon here, and then just some scrapbook paper. That's a stamp. It's individual stamps, so I did LOVE and then just made it look distressed. And so I have those. And then the same crafting experience from that, I did these. These are foam hearts, but you can use wooden hearts, you can use scrapbook paper, you can do whatever. I just layered 2 different textures here on top of each other. That was just a piece of ribbon that I just layered because it was a different texture. This is one of those pinwheel paper crafts. We've all done those. And then just a sticker in the middle. And then the little hanger is, of course, wire with some hanging ribbon. And then I also have these. And again, these are old. I've had them so many years. They've been packed away so many times. But I cut out this little banner and then did the little ink stamps to say, "Be mine." You can get it to say whatever you want. And then just got the little hanger here. Same thing. This is scrapbook paper. I did it looks like I Mod Podged over them to make them just a little sturdier. But otherwise they're kind of flimsy, but they're just scrapbook paper. And then, is that all of them? Oh, I have one more. Let me grab them. So these are the DIY ornaments that I made last year on my channel. So if you want to see how to make these, there is a video in my playlist. These are made out of pipe cleaners, and I have a bunch of them. They're just little girls, little vintage girls. And these were probably one of my favorite DIYs I've ever done in my life. They turned out so cute. We made some for Christmas as well. You can just go online and just Google search vintage Valentine's Day girls or something like that. And then even, so like this little girl, she came as a whole Valentine's. You just cut her little head. That's all you need is her head, because everything else is going to be pipe cleaners and embellishments. Here's another one. He is too cute. And I think I have 3 more here to show you. Here she is. And then we've got her. And the last one is this little girl. She's tiny. All right, so those are all of my ornaments. I am just gonna go to town and fill this tree full of all this Valentine's Day goodness. So I'm gonna show you a close-up of what everything looks like so far. Not only did I add the ornaments that I showed you, but I also went and got all of my vintage Valentines. Linda sent me a bunch last year, and then I had picked up a few of my own. This one is from this year, and I just tucked in all of my vintage Valentines. But let me tell you a secret. You can go online and print vintage Valentines images, because there's a couple in here that you really can't tell, but that one is printed. That one's printed. That one's, I think, printed. And those are the only ones that aren't original, but they look the same. You cannot tell the difference. But anyway, I've got them tucked everywhere, all over the place. The other thing that I added, you'll notice these little honeycomb hearts. These came from Hobby Lobby. I'll back up so you can kind of see them. I just tucked them in the back of the tree to kind of fill it in, because the tree is kind of sparse. Not gonna lie, that's what you get when you use a $10 tree. You get a sparse tree. So I just tucked them in the back. Now, let me show you the packaging. This is what I bought. If you're buying this to do this, don't buy this, because I had at least 2 here that were ripped. I just cut the string that they were attached with, but they were not the best of quality. I'm gonna be honest. Now, for what I'm doing with them, which is just tucking them in the back of this tree for a vintage look and a vintage feel, they're fine. But if you're gonna hang them, I would say don't get them. I also tucked in a little bit of silver garland, just because when I seen how vintage everything was kind of going, the direction it was going in, I decided I needed a little bit of silver. I also put my little angel that I made up top. And then my other little girl, she's toppled over because she's so top heavy with that big old beehive. I just tucked her in there. And then we still have more work to do, but this is a start. I was able to use all of my ornaments. And last year I wasn't able to use all of them because my tree was too small. All right, let me grab, I've got some picks and sticks over there I want to add. Let's add those next. Okay, I have these that I've collected throughout the years. These right here I think are available at Dollar Tree right now if there's any left. It's kind of late in the season right now, but they were selling them. But these all came from Walmart throughout the years. I've just collected them a few at a time. So I'm going to tuck all of them in and then we'll come back. So here's the final product. I will say that my bow got off course when I originally put that garland in and I had to turn the tree. My bow got moved, but it is too late now. I'm not changing anything at this point. I don't know why I didn't notice it until the end, but it is what it is. I added in all of these little doodads here, so they're all in, you know, just scattered about. I did move my little angel down because I liked her better down here. And the tree kind of took on its own form after a while. I didn't quite have a plan. I was just gonna go with it. I got off track a little bit when I forgot to put the ribbon in, because I always have ribbon in my tree, and this is the first tree I think I've done ever that didn't have ribbon. So it turned out cute. I'm glad that it did turn out the way it did, because now I have a vintage themed tree, vintage inspired tree. How about that? And I'm happy with the way it turned out. I did add this little tree skirt down here. I made that a couple years ago. The fabric is vintage, but it's 90s vintage, not 70s vintage. So you'll have to take that with a grain of salt. But here is a final view of my tree. And we are gonna call it a day. And I'm just gonna turn this camera around and say my goodbyes to you all. Thank you guys so much for spending a few minutes of your precious time with me. It means the whole world. Until next time, I love you all and I'll see you later. Bye.